Hey there, dudes and dudettes! Welcome back, it's Maverick here with some more Shaman King goodness. So, my girl Anna has finally made her appearance in the last episode. I guess you can't really say finally, it's actually quite early on, right? Literally episode 2 and she makes her grand appearance here. I can't wait, as I said many times before, I absolutely, like Anna, the fact that Anna is here is probably a big reason why I like the series so much, amongst all the other things as well, but definitely the characters, the two main characters, or I guess I can't really say two main characters, but the male lead and female lead, right? They stand out to me, Yo and Anna. And, well, what can I say, though? It's gonna be pretty rough for Yo and the others starting from this point forward, because, Anna, she's great and all, but let's just say that she's a bit more of a no-nonsense kind of girl when it comes to the important things. And Yo, well, his lackadaisical approach is what makes him charming, but sometimes he just needs a little bit of encouragement, right? So with that being said, let's get into the episode and see what's gonna happen from here. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Well, thanks for introducing yourself, Anna. Oh. Get going, Manta. Yeah. Yeah. No, I saw some people saying that they hated Anna at first. I can understand, right? Especially early on when she was just introduced. She has a stark contrast with this very chill vibe that Yo and Manta have going on. But I mean, I can seriously say that Yo would not be half the guy he becomes without Anna. The most amazing thing happened yesterday, actually. Where we are on the topic of openings. So yesterday, this episode is coming out a little bit late for me, the video. But the reason for this is because yesterday, I had some stuff to do at work where I attended a baseball game with clients, basically. And actually, during like one of the interludes and whatnot, they literally used the former opening of Shaman King as one of the, in between songs. I was like blown away because, it's typically we don't. Oh wait, they actually. Oh man, that's important actually. That little teaser, that means they are adapting the arc. Oh my god, that's. Ah, we'll talk more about that at the end of this, but this is everything that I wanted for this readaptation.
ましてや世界中から集まるよりすぐりのシャーマンを前にしたんじゃ、シャーマンキングになるだなんて夢物語だわ。
まさか。
そう、人々が大いなる霊の存在を忘れ、己の欲のままに動き、世界の秩序が乱された今、ついにその時がやってきたのよ。精霊王を求め、世界中のシャーマンが集い、この世界の救世主たるべくシャーマンキングの座をかけて争う
Savior of the world.
シャーマンファイト in 東京。シャーマンファイトはその時代に最も乱れた場所で行われる。この東京にはもう世界各地からシャーマンが続々と集い始めてるの。それぞれの理想と自慢の霊を胸に抱いてね。
And if you're wondering why Tokyo, well, that's just for now. Don't worry, we'll eventually get to the world stage. No, I still can't get over that little teaser that they just gave. Or actually, because I was talking at the time, I'm not entirely, like I said, I'll go back. Ah, the Manta Dictionary.
おいらの場合、自分の体に霊を下ろして戦うだろう。だから霊の力を 100% トレースするには、それなりの筋力やら、長時間戦える持久力やら必要なんだぞ。思い出したくない、あの地獄の日々。あれから解放されると思うと、学校にいる間だけはほっとするぞ。
甘い。
Anna.
青森は下北からやってきた京山アンナくんだ。
よろしく。
Ah. Lee Xiaolong, Bruce Lee. Of course, they can't use the exact same. See. 我操！
彼はダオ弾道の完成を見ずに30歳の若さで謎の死を遂げたんだ。その死因について
And this is, of course, all important. Because remember, you know, the Tao dude, right? The Tao Ren dude that came last episode is Chinese inspired.
こんな古い映画、なんで私たちのところへ招待券が送られてきたのかしら。差出人が書いてないし。
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I knew she was gonna come, but this is another hottie.
私トラブルは嫌いなの。映画を見て彼の強さを知ったなら余計な戦いをしなくて済むでしょ。
下がりなさいよ。その女シャーマンよ。
どうした我が偉大なる中国に古来より伝わるシャーマンの一つ。その呪術は負による憑依術。出てらっしゃい。我が戦士リー・パイロンよ。
So basically, this is a type of jiangshi, which is Chinese zombie. And it's quite true, though. The sort of Taoist traditions and how it relates with jiangshi.
つまりこのキョンシーは生前のリー・パイロンそのもの。我がタオ家が捕獲した最高の屍兵器。ふざけんな。捕獲兵器。お前も例のことそんな風に思ってんのか。
レオ君、
そんなことはどうでもいい。観念し して侍の霊を渡しなさい。うるせえ。その道渡す気はないよ。お前らにはなおさら渡さん。そうやるしかないのね。戦闘用呪符装着。パイロその坊やに制裁を。
I like how, even though it's written in Chinese, but that's actually kanji, not Chinese.
伝説のパイロンの力思い知るがいい。わかった。あなたでは私に勝つ。
Yeah, the kanji written there isn't exactly what would be used in Chinese. That kanji means, like, fighting in Japanese, actually.
そう死んでもいいのね。ならばこうするまで。パイロ彼が死ぬまで攻撃を。
Kill. Oh. That means rocket kick. That's ballistic missile kick. ICBM kick, basically.
丸腰のヨウ君がリーパイロンなんかにかなうわけないじゃないか。リーパイロンは正義の味方で僕の憧れだ。
They're really like,
言ったでしょ。知られてるって。
they are really rushing through all this.
我がタオ家では偉大なるシャーマンになるため、幼い頃より自分の支配する持ち霊を与えられる。それじゃあ、そう両親が私の誕生日祝いに殺してくれた最強のプレゼントよ。
Quite metal.
それじゃあんまりだよ。僕の憧れのパイロンがそんなことのために殺されただなんて、あまりにもかわいそうだよ。
人形は感情など持ち合わせていないものよ。ふざけんな。感情がない霊なんかいねえ。
気がついたんだね。
オイラと阿弥陀丸にゃ心に迷いのある攻撃は通用しねえんだ。迷いいくらお札で操られる心までは操ることはできない。
By the way, to those of you that said you got some Yukio vibe from this, I think this episode is also quite apt at that as well, right?
それがなぜ
The heart of the card!
少年の出現によって今まで眠っていたパイロンの感情が呼び起こされたというの。そんなはずはない。何をしている。
By the way, if I remember correctly, Pyron is the kanji for it should be white dragon.
お札を剥がしてお前の魂を解放してやる。
ヨウ君。ねえアンナさん、いたこ技でなんとか助けられないの？私、花から助ける気なんかないわよ。だって、これはヨウがシャーマンキングになるための一つの試練。この程度の相手に負けてるようじゃ、そんなの慣れやしない。
申し訳ないようだな。せめて刀らしい刀があれば。
自分の腕の未熟さを刀のせいにするとは情けないわね。
あの人、今度こそ本気で殺すつもりだ。待っててよ、ヨウ君。刀らしい刀、なんとか見つけ出してやるからね。
Oh, okay. They actually just directly.
どうだ、やった。
俺の木刀大で
Hello.
北斗の竜。
Yeah, there we go. Leap Pyro. That means white dragon.
お願いです。この木刀貸してください。
ざけんじゃねえぞ。リュウさんが自慢の木刀を貸すわけねえだろうが。
今僕がここで逃げたら、ヨウ君は本当に殺されちゃうんだ。
ようか向いてえのかこら。
お願いします。木刀を僕に。
うっせえ。
頼みます。時間がないんです。本当にマジでやばいんです。
しつけっつってんだろ。
この分からずや。最後いつま
I think in the original, because they really are rushing things over here. I think in the original they actually, this part they drew it out a lot more, with almost like in Yo's mind, he thought that Manta had ran away because of he didn't want to get killed either.
パイロ、お前のミサイルで薄汚い木刀ごと打ち砕いてしまえ。いざ参る。阿弥陀流真空ぶった切れ。
おっしゃ
なぜ二人とも動かない。
勝負がついたってことよ。
ー。おっしゃ。
パイロンが。
パイロン。そうだ。俺の名はリー・パイロン。映画俳優だ。だが今まで何を。どういうことだ。なぜ俺は痛みを感じない。なぜ血が流れない。全身を包むこの王冠。俺は一体どうなってしまったのだ。
You're dead, bro.
お前はもう死んでいるのよ。あなたはこのタオジュンの屍人形。死体は死体らしく、この同志タオジュンに従っていればいいのよ。
どうしタオジュン。タオケ。タオケ。俺から全てを奪う。
Hey, small Junin ran.
おとなしく。怒りのあまり魂が暴走したか。早い。
タオケの人間殺し合う。貴様何の真似だ。
なぜ。お前の怒りはわかる。でも復讐しても何も変わらん。なっちまったもんはもう覆らねえんだ。ならせめてどうしたら楽しくやれるか考えようぜ。なんて子なの。
今のあやつは怒りのあまり何も耳に入らないでござるよ。
I think this is.
何か方法はないのか。無理よ。制御を失ったキョンシーは理性も働かないむき出しの魂。その怒りの暴走は肉体を破壊するしか止める方法はない。誰にもパイロンは止められない。何もかも終わりだ。
何諦めてんのよ。そりゃあんたのやり方じゃ持ち礼に逆らわれたって無理はないけどね。
私も持ち礼。
そうよ。だから責任持って協力なさい。私と陽がいる限りこの世に終わりなんか来ないのだから。
お前は一体。
あんたパイロンに勝てる人間についての心当たりはないの？
確かパイロンには唯一頭の上がらない師匠がいたというが。
パイロンにカンフーを教えた師匠シャモンだよ。
でもすでに死んでいる。
And that's perfect.
ま、陽もよく頑張ったことだし、そろそろ助けてやるか。一つ積んでは父のため、二つ積んでは母のため、三つ積んではふるさとの兄弟我が身を栄光する。あの世の果てでこの声が聞こえたならば立ち上がれ。この数珠の音聞こえたらたぐれ来い。
鬼火が人の形に。
よう、事情は分かってるわね。あんたにパイロンの師匠を憑依させるわよ。
よし、阿弥陀丸書霊モード。
聞くわよ。下りてくれりゃシャモンの霊よ。イタコ式憑依術。口寄せ。これで一気に形勢逆転よ。思いっきりやりなさい。憑依合体老子
シャモンは去年96歳。通常霊は死んだ時の姿だ。
And of course, we gotta have, like, the old master. Nice joke, dude. Ah, nice translation there. Yeah, double gun fist.
呪縛が解けたのよ。ほら、パイロンの霊魂が本当の彼の姿になっていくわ。
師匠。
のんきな顔してこのバカ弟子が。だが元に戻って何よりじゃ。久しぶりじゃのパイロン。
申し訳ありませんでした老師。自分の至らなさゆえご足労を。
礼ならあの少年に言うんじゃな。あの少年はお前を救うためにわしに疲れた。お前の夢、みんなの夢を守るために。
夢. I can't quite remember like how long this actually this particular fight and arc actually took. I think it was at least 4 or 5 chapters. It was definitely really, they definitely like completely accelerated through all this.
どこへ行く気？
自分の持ち霊でありながら、私はパイロンのことなど何も理解していなかった。何が正しいかなんて今はわからないけど、これだけは言える。私の完全な負けね。大したものだわ、あの少年。朝倉よ。
当たり前よ。要は私の旦那になる男だもの。
旦那まあどのみち私には持ち霊を縛る資格などない。パイロンともお別れね。
さて、わしらもあの世へ行こうかの。
いえ、俺はまだ成仏できません。ダオ弾道を極めるという夢を追います。それには自分の体がいい。しかもキョンシーという不死身の体ならさらなる高みへも行ける。確かにあの少年の言う
My dream isn't dead yet.
俺はこれから前だけを見て歩ませてもらうが。
パイロン。
無論札なしでな。
So fast. Well, alright guys, I think at this point the producers of this readaptation know absolutely full well who their audience is, right? And this anime here is definitely targeted towards those fans, those who are already fans of Shaman King and now want to see a more modern, and hopefully better readaptation of the original series here, because the way that the pacing has been, right, really just blasting through a lot of this, as I said at the very beginning, right, I feel like the first third of the Shaman King series is actually the most I wouldn't say dull, but compared to everything that happens later on, it's really just more of a build-up, right? And that's what we are still here right now. And in the opening, we see a lot of different characters, right? We're not really going to get into the good part of the series until we get all those characters there, and then we continue on with the adventures and all that, right? We are still very, very early on. And so that's why they are really rushing through a lot of this stuff. But at the same time, how can I tell that they absolutely are providing this as a fan service to the fans? Because of two very important scenes. Like, literally it happened only for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, but it's the scene where right after the opening, there was this sort of still frame, right, of two scenes actually in regards to Yo and Anna, but they look slightly different, right? Well, that is actually Yo and Anna while they were younger. And indeed, that is the entire backstory of how Yo met Anna, and that is absolutely the number one thing that I wish that they would adapt for this adaptation, right? Because it wasn't in the original adaptation, and it was a goddamn shame because it's absolutely an important arc there. The Osoresan Arc. The Osoresan, well, is basically the kanji for Anna's name. Sure, she introduced herself as Kyoyama. That's another way of pronouncing it, but well, I don't want to get into spoilers, but all I can say is that it's absolutely one of my absolute favorite arcs from the entire manga, from this entire series, and I am glad, because seeing those scenes, that tells me that 100% they are going to be adapting it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have those still frames already drawn, right? So, super important, and I am so glad that they actually teased that right here in episode 3, because that, I'm certain, like, those who are true fans of Shaman King, you are absolutely going bonkers right now, because they finally are going to do it, right? And for the rest of the episode, I mean, I think it should be quite obvious that the sort of interactions and back and forth are kind of unnatural, right? Some of their emotions, some of their how they instantly go into another situation or decide to do something here. It's really unnatural here, and you can definitely feel it because they are really rushing through a lot of it and cutting out a lot of the emotions here. Like, for instance, Bailon eventually going with Daojun, how Daojun had this complete 180 attitude change from being this, oh, I'm so evil kind of girl, into, like, really this sort of weak and, I wish you the best, that kind of girl. It's true, like, that is what happened and all that, but there was a lot more, how can I say it? There was a lot more monologue within these various scenes here. And for instance, the scene where Manta ran off. In the original manga, it was depicted in such a way that, everybody thought that Manta, being the sort of more so cowardly guy that he is, and after all, he is just a normal person here, right? Everybody was thinking that he ran off, fled the scene and whatnot, when in fact, he was out there trying to find a way to get a wooden sword for his great friend Yo, right? What he can do as a normal person, he can't really do anything, but that is one of the few things that he can do, and it's actually quite an important scene here. And they basically, I think it came through because we can all see, like, what he actually did, right? Going up against Ryu, getting his wooden sword so that Yo could stand a chance against Bailion. But they really just completely sped through all that and whatnot. So but just understand that Manta is the man, and he is, even though he is completely powerless, like, I think we can safely say that for right now, doesn't really count as too much of a spoiler, that he is in all aspects, just an ordinary guy. He has no shaman powers or whatnot, but he's still going to be an important and integral figure all the way up to the end here. And beyond that, I think the references in this episode were quite obvious, like Bailon versus Li Xiaolong, Bruce Lee. So it's really similar, because if you know, like, Bruce Lee's Chinese name, Li Xiaolong, it literally means little dragon, right? Xiaolong means little dragon, and whereas here Bailion means white dragon. So, just another play on what it originally was and all that. I mean, I think the references should be obvious enough that the similarities and whatnot. Obviously, the actual attack names and whatnot aren't exactly in the repertoire of Li Xiaolong, but that's just to get a little bit more on the it's artistic license, right? And then the entire point with Daojun and Bailion, honestly, I kind of forgot whether they went a little bit deeper into their relationship with each other. But I'm hesitating to say more because I'm afraid that it's actually a spoiler and it's something that's revealed later on. But I actually think not. So since it didn't really do it, since they are rushing through everything anyways, I think it should be okay to explain that the reason Bailion felt that he could still continue to follow Daojun or become partners with Daojun is because they actually did have a cordial relationship. Daojun wasn't exactly this sort of very how can I put it? This evil woman type of character that she initially put off at the beginning of this episode, right? So that itself is why Bailon is still willing to trust Daojun, even though her family is the one that actually killed him, right? But that something that her parents did does not exactly pertain to her herself, if that makes any sense, right? The hatred, the revenge that he wants to exact, how he got into this situation and whatnot, doesn't really carry over to the daughter of the clan, of the family, right? So that is why he's still willing to do all this and still treat Daojun as someone who can be trusted and someone who he can fight alongside with. So that's I think good enough to as a kind of. Yeah, again, I don't remember if this was explained explicitly within this story arc or whatnot, or something that we know later on, but, I think it would make more sense to explain that right here, considering the lack of any sort of external context and whatnot. And then, of course, Anna being Anna, absolutely boss as usual, her legendary right hand, gotta love it, you gotta love it. And, I do have to feel, though, like, I do have to say, even though they did get a lot of the original voice actors and voice actresses back for the anime, the age definitely shows, right? I think it's been obvious even since episode 1, where sometimes the voice definitely seems a lot older than what is depicted on screen here. And, well, there's no way to help it. So again, this really screams fan project more than anything else, a fan service, because, as fans of the original series and the original story and whatnot, we want to see these scenes. We want to see the original voice actors and voice actresses and so on and so forth. So, it's still good and all, but if you do feel some dissonance and whatnot, do understand that this is really a project of love more than anything else. So hopefully that comes clear to you guys. If you are just trying to follow this along, I do recommend, maybe looking up the manga, not the original anime. Like, don't go back and watch the original anime. Although I guess you could still. The initial parts actually, they take a little bit more time, and before the story diverges, you can still view it as a good reference point and whatnot. But at this point, I would recommend you just follow the manga and read up to the point of adaption, right? So not spoiling yourself, but just to understand like parts that you did miss out, and it's definitely a lot more natural than what was depicted on screen. That's all I gotta say. So, anyways, thank you guys, and definitely for me, there's a lot of things to look forward to in the future here. So, hopefully, you guys are enjoying this as well, especially first-time viewers and whatnot. Do let me know how you feel about current events, and, if it really, if the unnaturalness really stands out to you. So, with that being said, thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.